Hello. My name is The Spectral Poet, and today we're going to do a very brief tutorial on Abathur. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos, so today we're mostly going to cover the basic abilities and how to use them. And we're not going to do anything with talents. We're not going to do anything with the ultimate either. We're just going to show you how to use the very basic abilities in the kit, and then in future videos we will discuss talents, matchups, ultimates, everything you ever dreamed to know. Okay. So instead of doing quick match or versus AI, unranked, ranked, or any of that, we're just going to go to what everyone can do, whether you own this hero or not. You can go to the collection, you can go to heroes, specialist. Abathur is a melee specialist, and click on him. Okay. So here we get a little bit of more.
Can improve.
We get some voice lines, and you can get the basic abilities, the skins. You can see all the skins, you can read the abilities, you can read all the talents at every tier. But for now, we're just going to go right into a trial. This is the best way to learn about the character.
Not good enough.
No
Can
pressure,
improve.
right? It doesn't matter if you win, it's just versus AI. And because it's 2 versus 1, you're always going to win. So we're just going to load into a simulation. And reading all those talents and stuff is very important, like essential. Like, you do want to read all those things. But because this is just a
Stress
trial,
test. Good.
you don't need to. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of the talents. We're gonna get rid of all the options we have because this is a trial. And we're just gonna talk about the base model. Okay. So this is Abathur. Abathur is a Zerg. They're from StarCraft. But instead of being like a combat Zerg, like you may know, most of the Zerg are like these little roaches that go out and like fight things, basically. This is your trait. Every 15 seconds you spawn a little roach. You can see this little roach is out here, like, it has a duration, the bottom bar, and a health bar, which is the green bar. The yellow bar is the time, the green bar is the health. So essentially, when either one run out, you die. But Abathur is an evolution master, so that means that a lot of what you're going to do is not directly engaging in combat, but
Direct combat not recommended.
instead of direct combat, you're going to be modifying things, right? So we can walk around, right? Like I said. We can also, as I taught, instead of being able to use a mount, you have a deep tunnel. So this is going to be like Dahaka or Falstad. Instead of being able to use a horse, you can press the mount button once every 30 seconds
Choose a talent.
and just teleport. So this is our dude. Or, let's not gender it. Anyway, we're not going to choose a talent, we're just going to go over the base abilities. So the ultimate is locked until level 10, and we're not going to get there. We already talked about the roaches, so every 15 seconds, you spawn a little roach. Now, the second easiest ability to explain are these, they're called toxic nests, and they do a couple of things. So the first thing that they do, you can, it's important to note, you can only place these within a certain range. So if you look on the map right now, you can see it's a very, like, it's an excellent distance, right? You don't need vision of where you're placing them, but they can only be spawned within a certain radius, right? So I can spawn one here. They can be, until they burrow, right? When they very first spawn and they're in this form, they're visible, so they can be shot by towers and stuff, but as soon as they aren't, they become invisible. So Arthas or any of these AI, they can't see this mine. And when you play against people, they can't see them either. So, that's important. You want to put them in, like, anywhere, like, that you expect characters to walk.
Choose a talent.
So they do a couple of things. The first thing that they do, the most obvious thing, is they provide vision. So like I said, you can only tunnel to places that you have vision of. You can actually tunnel to anywhere that you have vision of. So if we put a mine... Anyway, I'm trying to do a demonstration over here, but I'm not sure exactly what the range of these towers is. Can put one over here for sure. Now we can see the range of the tower. So what I'm trying to demonstrate is that you can tunnel anywhere you have vision of, right?
Enemy slain.
So now we have vision inside the enemy base, and so
are
I will die
victorious.
when we demonstrate this. Okay, this is predicted, but because we have vision of here, now we can use our mounting ability to teleport. Like into the, like, this is the enemy base, right?
As commanded.
This is their fountain, right? And so eventually we're gonna die from being in here. But you can see that the locust is like hitting the fountain, right? I mean, this is, you will understand later why this is useful. Anyway, we're gonna go back to our base.
Must not delay.
Rise again and take
I
your
intended to
revenge,
deep
hero.
tunnel there, but I accidentally did it, so we're dead.
Death irrelevant.
Anyway, so hopefully that explains the mine. You can have an unlimited number of mines, but they do have a duration. So just like the locust, the bottom bar is a timer. And so you can have as many mines as you're able to put out before they expire. And some talents affect that. Okay. Now we come to, if you've ever heard of Abathur
Choose a
4,
talent.
well, you probably know Abathur 4, and that is the symbiote ability. So you can use this on structures and, like, organic units. Like heroes, you can use it on minions, you can use it on your own roaches. You can't use it on the toxic nests. But you can use it on the gate, you can use it on most things that you can select. Anyway, so while you are in Symbiote, you have 4 abilities. The first one that we'll talk about is if you press R, it just cancels. You go back to being in this form.
Must not delay.
And when you're in your slug form, you can walk around and do things. But you don't have a lot of combat power. I should actually demonstrate just how weak you are as a character. Your base stats are very low, so
Yes.
not only are you squishy,
Survival.
but look how much damage I'm doing to this creature. Right? Watch me try to fight Arthas. This is with a full
You have been slain.
right? The minions are doing significantly more.
Death irrelevant.
So-
Only essence important.
Well,
Abathur is
that was
not a
rather
fighter.
entertaining.
So the main way that you're going to interact with the map is through your abilities. So these mines, and also, so while you are in the symbiote form, you grant extra abilities to whatever, you can use abilities through whatever you're symbioting. So you have 3 basic abilities. They're very easy to understand, and all the complexity is going to come from using them effectively and the talent choices. So they're not that power individually, and it's going to be more about how and when and where you use them. But we'll talk about that in a future video. For now, we're almost done. We're just going to cover a few more things and win the game. So the first ability that you have is called Carapace. That's like the skin of a bug. And it's a shield. Now, you can use this ability every 12 seconds
Choose a talent.
that you're on the same structure or person. And it lasts for 8 seconds, or until it breaks. That's your move. One more time. This shield will get stronger as you level up. Just like the damage portions of everything else. Now watch the mines are about to expire. So even though the mines haven't been triggered, they eventually time out, just like the locusts do. Okay. Your second ability is called Spike Burst, and if you hover over it, you can see the range that it affects. So it's fairly long range. The range is consistent regardless of what type of...
Well done.
It's not any bigger for the fort than it is for the gate, than it is for the minions. So if we go on no, this is not true. The size of the spike burst directly relates to the size of the unit you're sending, which is good to know, and I wonder if that affects hero. But like I said, there's a reason that this hero is considered very hard to play. So you can see the champion has like a minion unit range, basically. So that's your W. You can see that this has like probably twice the distance when we put it on a fort compared to when it was on a champion. Anyway. And the last ability, your Q, is called Stab, which just shoots a little projectile. So it's important to know that these are a skill shot. You can miss them. And they are a projectile. So they can be blocked by units that you're not intending to hit. That's basically your entire kit. We're leaving out the ultimate for now. But as they say, the whole is greater than the sum of its
Choose a
parts.
talent.
So for now, the simplest thing to do when you're new to Abathur is just enhance the heroes, right? So just pop the symbiote and your champion. Now we only have one. Try not to miss your Q. Try not to miss the little stab. Always aim it so you'll hit something, even if you don't hit what you're aiming at. Use the shield when they're going to take damage. And use the spike burst when they're more than one thing at the same time. So I just miss them, right? And because these don't do very much damage, making sure that you land them every time is really important. If you miss them, you're really not going to do very much damage. So you can see, if this was like 2 heroes versus 1, you would be killing this Arthas a lot faster. Right? In this battleground, we can't really use Abathur's full potential, because this is like a 1-lane map, and you can have a global teleport. Abathur tends to excel in maps that have a lot of space to them, because in this mode, right, I have basically global range on the buttons. Anyway.
Symbiote implanted. You
About all we're gonna
augmented.
get out of the training set. A little bit, if you want to play this yourself, you can do some practice
Enemy slain.
aiming, and you can do some practice with talents. This is a very safe place to experiment
Choose a
with talent
talent.
build and figure out what the synergies are. But honestly, for now, we're pretty much done with the training simulation. I'll go over the abilities just one more time really quickly. So the most obvious one is that you can't ever mount. And when you press your mount button, you're going to teleport to wherever you click. It will notify your team as of a recent patch. Alright. When you're in this form, you can lay mines and move around.
Executing.
And to transform symbiote, you just press Q on any structure or player or unit, and you get a new set of abilities, and your original body becomes immobile and you can't move it, although your passive of spawning locusts continues to function. While you're in this ability, you press R to cancel it, press E, W to do a burst. This burst is larger if you are on a larger unit, and you press Q to trigger the projectile. You can cast this pretty much on any allied unit. You can cast it on gates, you can cast it on healing fountains, champions, you can cast it on minions, you can cast it on locusts. And that's it. Those are the basics. If you want to know what does this champion do, how do I play it before I load it into a game, that's it. That's all there is to it. I would say just as a very beginner
Rather
tip,
entertaining.
try not to miss your Q.
Essence. Little value.
Try to make sure that you're shielding at a time
Killing spree.
that it's gonna shield.
Choose a talent.
And if you're not gonna shield damage, just don't use it. Wait until they damage and then W at a time if you think take damage, or W at a time that you see a lot of enemy units nearby. And W like in the path, the places you think they're gonna go. Or you can W in places that you can vision to teleport with your tongue. Those mines are invisible once they are. So Abathur tends to be really not so strong in the beginning of the game, but at the end of the game, Abathur's a powerhouse. So that's gonna do it for this round of the tutorial. And in the next one, we'll talk more about talents, and we're gonna talk about the ultimates, and we'll play on a real map, probably versus AI. But for now, that's gonna do it. Hope you learned something, and it's been helpful.